Hello everyone and welcome to the Starseed Dragon. I have an oracle review here. It is Rassouli, the Great Eastern Oracle, empowering guidance of the mystics from ancient to modern times. It is 44 cards and 176 page guidebook. Offers gentle yet powerful concepts of great sages of the East for contemplation, guidance, divination, and illumination. A portal to truth, wholeness, imagination, and creativity is open to you now. So as you know, I will have a link to where I purchased this in the description box below. I did purchase a few decks at Llewellyn.com when they had a 50% off sale, and I just received all of them. So, as you know, I'll do one right after the other. This really intrigued me because it's not very often I run into a deck that has Eastern influences. So this really piqued my interest, and the artwork really piqued my interest too. So let's take a look at it. As you know, Llewellyn is an authorized publisher. They sell only authentic decks, and they have license to do so. So these are authentic decks. Here's the guidebook, nice sized guidebook. Let's see what we've got going on here. Let's see. See, we have contents, introduction, using the cards, meet the Eastern sages. So we have the different sages, little description of them. So that is wonderful. Now, be forewarned, I will not be able to pronounce any of these properly. I apologize in advance, but it's not for lack of trying. That is for sure. That's why I have such a hard time learning different languages, is because I don't want to offend anybody by mispronouncing something, and I can barely speak my own native language. So I mispronounce stuff in English all the time. Okay. And here we have with the card meanings. So, it looks like they have an expression, reflection, and a mantra. Looks like for all of them. Yep. So, I'm just going to read the expression parts for each of the cards, because otherwise we'll be here all day, right? And if it piques your interest, then you'll have something additional to go back into the guidebook at your leisure and reflect upon, right? So I'm going to not read the reflection part. I don't know if the mantra is on the cards or not, but I will only read the expression part. How does that sound? Okay, sounds like a deal to me. Let's take a good look at these cards. They are large. Doesn't look like any gilding. They are a matte finish, but they do have a slight sheen to them. But for these purposes, they are a matte finish. And let's just take a look at the approximate measurements before I undo these. So this looks like just over 5.5 inches, or just under 14 centimeters, by just over 3.5 inches, or 9.5 centimeters. So nice size cards. They are large. I'm not particularly a fan of overly large cards. And I have a normal size adult hand. It's nothing special about the size of my hands, but I just, since I work with my hands on a daily basis, when it comes to shuffling cards, they end up overcoming me. So here we are with the back of the card. Isn't that lovely? Very spacious. There's an openness about it with all of this blank space here. It's just, there's an openness about it with all of these detailed designs on the frame of the card. Quite lovely, quite beautiful indeed. Now, let's get to the cards, but I suppose I'm going to have to put you on hold for a second so I can see what Phyllis is talking to me about. Hold on just a second. Alrighty then, so here we are. Phyllis is somewhat settled. Okay, first card, Alchemy of Friendship. Radiate love and attract affection. Our promises of love, holy cow, hold on. Sorry. Our promises of love bloomed as the flowering bond of friendship, from the dawning of eternity to the dusk of infinite darkness. Hafiz. Expression. Think of someone who always complains about not receiving enough love. Now consider how much love this person radiates. The level of love we receive is a reflection of how much love we feel within ourselves. When love radiates from inside, the external world becomes gentle and friendly with us. When we are detached from the feeling of love, we cannot connect with the world around us. By radiating love from within our heart, we become one with all. The universe becomes a part of us. Assurance in the self. You're better than you realize. Worry is itself an illness because it is an accusation against divine wisdom and criticism of divine compassion. Said Nursi. Expression. Imagine you are a small bird sitting on a branch doing what birds do. Suddenly, a strong wind begins to blow, swaying the tree in every direction. If you leave the branch, you will have to battle the wind. The alternative is to remain on the tree, knowing you can fly to other branches for shelter. If things get worse, you can leave the tree at any time and face the wind. Realizing there are other branches to land on and knowing you have wings to fly to safely is what gives you self-assurance. Beautiful. Balance your mind. Blow away the burnt harvest. One day, Rabia was seen running, carrying fire in one hand and water in the other. They asked her the meaning of the action and where she was going. She replied, I am going to light a fire in paradise and pour water on hell, so that both veils disappear and no longer obscure the true vision of God. Rabia. Expression. Imagine yourself on a faraway planet where there is no right or wrong, and your mind is free from judgment. There is nothing to block or disrupt the flow of energy and information. Frustration, weariness, and anger have no way to enter your mind, and you embody a healthy flow of energy. Now picture yourself living in such an ideal condition back on Earth. Bask in silence. Away with the noise of thoughts. I don't speak because I have the power to speak. I speak because I don't have the power to remain silent. Isaac Cook. Expression. Visualize yourself in a place where there is no one to communicate with. You are alone and no electronic devices are available to you. Pure love is given free passage, and silence has become the soundtrack of your imagination. Now you can open your heart and feel the beauty of the moment. Such is the condition that puts your mind into dreaming and lets any thoughts related to judgment, clinging, or rejecting fade away. Be positive in life. Trust intuition to light your way. I have become my own version of an optimist. If I can't make it through one door, I'll go through another door, or I'll make a door. Something terrific will come no matter how dark the present. Tagore. Expression. Envision that you are inside a room that has no doors or windows. All around you is dark and mysterious. Your attitude towards this situation is the blueprint of your life from now on. If you lose yourself, fear, frustration, and grief will creep in and stop you from moving forward. If you accept this condition, your positive attitude will draw attractive opportunities and happy events for you. Your approach will have a knock-on effect in your daily life as you begin to use your creative power to find effective ways to benefit from your condition. Breath of the divine. Pant the preciousness of air. It says pant the preciousness of air. The heart is eternity, light, and divinity. It is the center of consciousness and the vehicle through which we are connected with the divine energy. God breathing life into Adam means that a heart was given to him. Inyat Khan. Expression. Visualize that inside your body is a battlefield where two powerful armies are at war with each other. Your rational mind controls the blue army. It aims to eliminate the red army, which is powered by your heart and wants to unify everything. The war between these forces will go on forever unless the breath of the divine steps in to take control of the battlefield. Build your inner strength. Light up the sky of your mind. The one who says he can and the one who says he can't, they are both correct. Confucius. Expression. Next time you view a painting, look for the way the artist has landed their brush on the canvas. When the artist has confidence in themselves, They spread the paint freely across the canvas and creates forms with total assurance. But when an artist struggles to paint what they were looking at or to capture the idea they had in mind, the brushstrokes reveal the lack of self-assurance. Celebrate your uniqueness. You're as exceptional as anyone. One does not walk into the forest and accuse the trees of being off-center, nor do they visit the shore and call the waves imperfect. So why do we look at ourselves this way? Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu? Imagine yourself standing in the middle of the garden of the world. You are surrounded by an infinite number of shapes and colors in bewildering variations. Everything in this garden exists to represent a unique facet of the garden's creator. Nothing has been created to imitate another. If a flower is not true to itself, it misses what it means to be a flower. Stand tall as a unique individual so that the differences of others do not block your vision. Chamber of intimacy. See through your heart's eyes. I saw my beloved with the eye of the heart. I asked, "Who are you?" The beloved replied, "You." Halaj. Halaj? In your mind's eye, visualize your heart as an intimate chamber that you have delicately decorated to receive your ideal love. Now leave this chamber and invite your beloved to occupy it. When the chamber of your heart is occupied by your beloved, everything inside it becomes intimate with love. Whenever you leave your ego self behind and enter this chamber, you will be received by unveiled beauty and love. These images are just absolutely gorgeous. Cherish every moment. Let spirit carry you forward. This worldly life is like a shadow. If you try to catch it, you will never be able to do so. If you turn your back towards it, it has no choice but to follow you. Ibn Qayyim. Qayyim. Okay, here's the name. Ibn Qayyim. Let me know how to pronounce that if I did a terrible job at pronouncing it. I tried. But you know, I could always use some guidance in that. Just lighting up some Palo Santo. Okay, expression. You are here on earth to live in heaven now, not after you die. To live in heaven is to willingly surrender to the present, rather than spending time thinking about or grieving the past or worrying about what might be in the future. Your quality of life is determined by how positive and optimistic you are at any time. Living in the moment means utilizing all your senses and staying in the experience of how that feels. Chill out. Don't swim against the current. Surrender to changes instead of resisting them. Let life be with you, not against you. Shams Tabrizi. Expression. Break away from everything. Sit silently in a remote place and review your life by pondering who you truly are. Aren't you an expression of life giving birth to itself? Aren't you a unique work of the heart of a loving creator? You are already free to be who you are unless you imprison yourself. If you feel restrained, perhaps it is because you have long been engaged in multitasking and trying to get ahead by competing. If that is the case, chill out for a while and simply go with the flow. And I love that saying. I know it's cliche, but man, I love that whole saying of going with the flow. It just very watery, right? It makes me happy. Going with the flow. Okay, maybe I should turn the page. Here we go. Enemy in the dark. Turn to your inner child for help. Since we are unaware of the truth, why spend a lifetime in search of it? Never put down the cup of wine, for sober or drunk, we are in the dark. Omar Khayyam. Okay, here is the name. Omar Khayyam. Is it Khayyam? Let me know in the comment section below if I'm mispronouncing these names. If you could guide me on how to properly pronounce them, I would appreciate that. The more you learn, right? In your mind, go back to when you were just a toddler. You would walk in any direction without judging if it was right or wrong. The direction that was always right was the one guided by your guardian. Now that you have grown, your guardian is the muse that shows your heart which way to go. Feeling that you might have taken a wrong turn somewhere indicates that you have not been paying full attention to your guardian's guidance. Feeling gloomy, be present for your present moments. Tragedy should be utilized as a source of strength. No matter what sort of difficulties, how painful experience is, if we lose our hope, that's our real disaster. His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama of Tibet. Imagine your life is the ground on which a tree has grown. The part of the tree above the ground, rising freely toward the light, represents your freedom and happiness. The roots that grow through darkness and limitation symbolize your grief and pain. Joy and grief have a similar relationship in life. The existence of one depends on the presence of the other. Just as rain softens the ground for the roots to break through the soil, tears of grief relieve the gloom and help bring joy and freedom to the soul. Focus on your blessings. Adjust your taste to what you deserve. A thankful person is thankful under all circumstances. A complaining soul complains even in paradise. Buha'u'llah. Buha'u'llah? Here. Buha'u'llah. Is that correct? Let me know in the comment section below. Okay, expression. Imagine you are on a pilgrimage of your soul. You are celebrating a joyful event, and kindred spirits and angels surround you in the festivity. You are in a place where there are no wrong turns. Blessings shower you from above. This is the gift of life that you are meant to receive. Your happiness is determined by the way you relate your condition to what you imagine it to be. Follow your dreams. Awakened vision sees clues. The ocean can be yours. Why should you stop, beguiled by dreams of evanescence dew? The secrets of the sun are yours, but you content yourself with motes trapped in beams. Atar. As human beings, our greatest endowment in life is the ability to dream. Some people follow their dreams to success. Others let their dreams die in the reality of making a living. There are also those who place their dreams in a mental box and hide them away in the hope of turning them into reality in the future. Once in a while, they take their dreams out to review them. But as life continues, the box becomes overloaded and dreams begin to spread as negative attitudes, depression, and obsession. Fortune of perseverance. Don't freeze on the riverbank. Flow with whatever may happen and let your mind be free. Stay centered by accepting whatever you are doing. This is the ultimate. Suwanzi. Okay, here's the name. Zhuangzi. Let me know how that's pronounced. I apologize for not knowing these names or how to pronounce them. I wholeheartedly apologize, but I know that there are people out there that will happily correct me and do it in a loving and graceful manner, because you know that I do not mean any harm. I am truly trying to learn these things, and language is very difficult for me as it is. Okay, expression. Imagine that you are a drop of water flowing in a river called life. When you are in the middle of the river, you flow faster, have more power, and know your ability to create your path. You may be blocked from reaching the middle of the river by the attachments you put in your way. As those attachments increase, your flow slows until life becomes cold and weary. When joy and excitement decline and you begin to freeze on the edge of the riverbank, being in the middle of the flow does not mean losing what you have. When you are not attached to what you have, you will be lighter so you can flow more freely. Fruit of happiness. Moments are life's blossoming buds. Lift the veil that obscures the heart, and there you will find what you are looking for. Kabir. Expression. Picture your life as a tree that produces everything you wish to have. You can pick from this tree only the fruits you have personally nurtured with loving care for yourself, others, and the world. Every fruit you pick will augment your reality. Your happiness in life is determined by how many fruits you are able to pick. The more you attend to this tree, the happier you will be. True joy and happiness come to you when the tree of your life comes to fully satisfying fruition. That is amazing. What wonderful guidance that is. Generate new ideas. Use your imagination, not memories. With an open mind, explore your possibilities and select the ideal ones. Ponder your thoughts and pick the most progressive ones. Then plan your actions step by step, each for itself. Zoroaster? Zoroaster? Let me know in the comment section below if I mispronounced that and how I could phonetically learn how to pronounce that. Take a day of retreat from your daily life. Find a place that is as far away as possible from your familiar environment. Sit in solitude and review your life. Imagine you are at the end of an old cycle and ready for a breakthrough. Everything you have done for the past few years has been paving the ground for what is to come. Open your mind to welcome even what you do not yet know. Be ready for the thrill of creating a new direction in your life. Get into the energy vortex. Trust your higher consciousness. God sleeps in the rock, dreams in the plant, stirs in the animal, and awakens in man. Here we go. Ibn Arabi, is that close? Let me know how this is pronounced if you know how it is properly pronounced in the comment section below. I'd appreciate it. Imagine waking up and discovering that you are being drawn into a vortex of energy that infuses you with a flow of love. Your eyes suddenly open to the beauty in yourself that wants to be born and live in a new way. You find yourself at the portal that opens to possibilities you might never have known before. The moment you step over the threshold, you feel the love in your heart that excites and unites your life through the insight of revelation and the expansion of awakening. Gifts of life. Enjoy the scenery. Roads have turns. I prefer a short life with width to a narrow one with length. It is not the length, but the width that counts. Avicenna. Avicenna. Let me know if I'm even remotely close to pronouncing that. Consider your life as a road you have been traveling since you were born and will continue to travel until death. The length of this road is the span of your life. You cannot get off this road under any circumstance. In reality, you are not driving on the road, but drawn along a moving belt called destiny. Everything that appears along this road is what you have been gifted for the time that it lasts. The path of life widens when you are enjoying what you do, and it narrows when you are just traveling through time. Interesting. Glory of the garden. You are the root, the body, and the fruit. The real work is in the heart. Wake up your heart, because when the heart is completely awake, it needs no friend. Rabia. Here we go again. Rabia. Is that correct? Rabia. Hopefully I got close. Let me know in the comment section below. Expression. Visualize what your life would be like if you were a flower in the garden. Something like morning glory. You would spread your uniqueness everywhere without trying to be like others. You would surrender to the light and move toward it, regardless of where you have sprouted. You would open and face the sun fearlessly. You would glorify the garden as you proudly stand against anything that wants to block your way. You will not let the tall weeds cast a shadow on you. Man, I love morning glories, 4 o'clocks, moonflowers. Love them. Love them. Golden path to your reality. Look for benefits in the impossible. Don't sacrifice your own welfare for that of another, no matter how great. Realizing your own true welfare, be intent on just that. Gautama Buddha. Here we go. Gautama Buddha. I hope I'm close to that. If not, please let me know. Expression. Picture yourself walking alone in a barren desert. All you see around you is nothing but mirage. At some point, you are startled and suddenly become aware of a guiding light inviting you to step in. A similar light is hidden inside you. It is a divine gift that longs to develop your deeper vision of for life. That unique gift is called imagination. This light is eager to take you out of confusion and guide you to new opportunities and the discovery of who you were created to be. Isn't that beautiful? These cards are just so pretty. Healing power of love. Feel the alchemy of love within you. Oh, my coffee got cold. Okay, it's fine. Where is the love? Where there is love, there is life. Where there is life, there is hope. Where there is hope, there is faith. And where there is faith, miracles happen. Mahatma Gandhi. I know how to pronounce that one. Mahatma Gandhi. I love Gandhi. Okay. Visualize the energy of love as the blood that flows through your body. It is the energy that feeds your every organ and gives it vitality. It is the power that gifts you with the ability to heal and manifest your desire. When a dark cloud of contamination creeps inside you, the energy of love eliminates it and clears the way for you to reach your highest potential. It invites you to feel a lightness of being and carries you into the loving kindness and generosity of life itself. Keep going, don't give up. The path is open and clear ahead. If God is slow in answering your request, or if you ask but do not promptly receive any response, do not be upset, for you are not wiser than God. Isaac of Nineveh? Isaac of Nineveh. Imagine you are climbing a mountain to reach the peak where something special is waiting for you. Just before reaching the peak, you find yourself in a tight spot where the climb becomes very challenging. This is where your thoughts, energies, and hopes are tested. If you give up and return, you may lose trust in your ability to complete other tasks. Instead of moving ahead and doing things, you will only be trying to do them. It is time to put your full intention into achieving your goal. That's true. That is very, very true. What a thought-provoking deck this is so far. Let faith lift you up. Accept the darkness to find the light. Faith is a state of openness or trust. A fanatic person who clings to certain ideas about the nature of God and the universe has no faith at all. The attitude of faith is to let go and become open to the truth, whatever it might turn out to be. Okay, here we go. I'm going to attempt this name. Please let me know if I mess it up too badly. Shinryo Suzuki. Shinryo. Let me know how badly I messed that up, and if you could let me know how to properly pronounce it, I would appreciate it. Throughout your life, a solid hand has raised you from one level to the next. This is the hand of the culture in which you were born and the environment that supported your development. Now you are facing new possibilities. It is a course that invites you into the flow of love. Faith is what you need to help you eliminate the panic of the unknown and dive into the heart of the flow. This oracle is your invitation to fearlessly surrender to the unknown. It's lovely. Life's purpose. Oh, these are beautiful pictures on these cards. Life's purpose. Experience the reality of ecstasy. Love is the goal. Life is the journey. Osho. Picture yourself sitting on a mountain top, observing everything around you. The spirits of ancient sages surround you. They are lovingly guiding you on the journey of your life as you cross the bridge that connects your realities with dream. You begin to experience inner joy. A shift takes place in the cells of your being, and the flow of energy transfers you to the roof of the world. The boundaries of the earth and its atmosphere open to allow you to touch a new reality. Beautiful. These are nice thick cards. They are lovely. I really dig this green. This background is just, wow, that's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Listen to suitable guidance. The wayfarer knows the course. Footprints lead to the shore of the sea. Beyond that point, no trace remains. Rumi. Of course, Rumi had to show up, right? Let's see. Expression. Imagine that you are sailing calmly across the sea. Suddenly, dark clouds spread across the sky, and an unexpected storm plunges the ship into chaos. When the storm settles, you discover that the ship is off course, and you have no idea where you are. This creates a desperate need to find the right course to take. True guidance will help you lift the dark clouds of unknowing and follow the direction to safety. When you are back on course, be careful not to allow winds of uncertainty to blow you away. Wow, I love these colors. These the more cards we're looking at, the more I'm falling in love with this deck. It's got such a peaceful, calm, loving energy. It's a lovely deck, and I'm so glad that I was able to run into it. But we'll continue. Okay. Look deeper into your fear. Divine power is embedded in you. People have a hard time letting go of suffering out of a fear of the unknown. They prefer suffering that is familiar. Why not invite fear to your awareness and look at it clearly and deeply instead of escaping from it? Thich Nhat Hanh. Here we go with another name that I can't pronounce. Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh. Let me know in the comment section below. Expression. Assume that you have been invited to perform on a stage for the first time in your life. Even though you know you have the ability to do so, your mind is presenting you with two major worries. Your left brain is warning you about the possibility of making mistakes. Your right brain is advising you not to make a fool of yourself in front of an eager audience. Your feeling of excitement is sandwiched between these two forces and could be pushing you into a panic mode. Move beyond your limits. Reach higher for your spirit. Only when there are things a man will not do is he capable of doing great things. Only when there are things a man will not do is he capable of doing great things. Mencius? Is this Mencius? Mencius. Okay. Visualize a river running straight across a barren desert. The land is a flat plateau that has no vegetation anywhere. As the river flows, there is an enormous rock on its path. Water hits the rock, crashes, and spreads. Before long, the river finds its way around the rock and continues its course. As a result of this obstacle, the river creates an oasis with luscious vegetation, flowers, tall trees, and cool shade. The hurdle on the river's path led to the creation of a pleasant environment. That's pretty deep. Very interesting. Thought-provoking cards, that is for sure. I'm really liking how this is written. So now I'm kind of kicking myself for not reading the full thing. But we would be here for hours and hours. We're already here for too long as it is, right? Open your heart. Friendship gives purpose to life. I regret and grieve that I didn't know until now the alchemy of success is friendship, my friend. Hafiz. Hafiz? Hafiz. Let's see. Visualize a kind of competition is going on among the various organs of your body. Your brain wants to be the most important organ, ordering others to obey, while your heart wants to be the sole leader. All the other organs want leadership for themselves. Such a competition would cause the body to deteriorate in no time. You live because all parts of your body contribute to the whole system, rather than for competitive profit or individual recognition. Very interesting thoughts. Path of success. Choosing direction is your right. The ocean can be yours. Why should you stop, beguiled by dreams of evanescence dew? The secrets of the sun are yours, but you content yourself with motes trapped in beams. Attar. Let's assume that you are facing a challenge. Something unexpected has blocked your flow and is calling on you to respond. Your immediate reaction is to your immediate reaction to this call determines the level of your willpower. If you respond with, I don't think I'm able to do it, you put yourself in limitation. If your immediate reaction is, I don't want to do it, it indicates that you have control over the situation and are capable of handling it at any time. Interesting. Very interesting. That's very, very wise. Very wise. Smart. These cards. Plant a seed of love. Look how beautiful this card is. How gorgeous. Plant a seed of love. Offer love and harvest happiness. A good deed is never lost. He who sows courtesy reaps friendship, and he who plants kindness gathers love. Saint Basil, or Basil. It's not Basil. Saint Basil. Imagine you are the gardener of your life. You can plant all kinds of seeds such as joy, pain, kindness, fear, anger, and friendship in this garden. The most valued seed that you can ever plant is love. When you nurture this seed with the blood of your heart, you will witness it sprout and grow into the tree of love. Every branch of this tree develops into creativity, and every fruit it bears brings inspiration. Those who take in the fruit of inspiration are blessed to live a life of freedom and contentment. Isn't that fantastic? Such beautiful guidance. Portal to wholeness. Welcome the gift of yearning. Everywhere I go, I see the image of your face. The fragrance of your hair surrounds my soul. Veiled in my vision, your grace is softly flowing, arousing the joy of yearning forever. Hafiz, Hafiz, Hafiz. Consider that you have a deep desire for communion and have a deep-rooted yearning to attract what you truly want in life. As the longing to reach for what is attracting you builds, life becomes more exciting. By embracing the pain of longing, you allow love to lead you into your true self. This feeling can help you break away from your limitations and gain the freedom to reach the wholeness of your divine nature. Beautiful. I really like this deck. I hope you are enjoying it as well. It's got such great energy, you guys. It really does. Very beautiful. Recreate yourself. Feel the thrill of the ride. Whenever feeling downcast, each person should vitally remember, for my sake, the entire world was created. Baal Shem Tov. Okay. Here we go again. Baal Shem Tov. Is that how I pronounce it? Let me know if I'm even close. Thank you, my friends. Okay. Draw a symbolic self-portrait with the intention of creating desired changes in your life. Use a blank sheet of paper for canvas so you are not connecting with anything from your past. Begin by drawing an image such as a red circle. in the center of the paper to represent you. Then draw symbolic forms around the image to express what you would like to be. These forms could include the job you want to hold, the relationship you long to have, the body shape you desire, and so on. By visualizing the life you wish to have and taking necessary steps toward it, you can manifest your best self and best life. Beautiful. Release the creative genius. Unload the weight and fly to the sky. There are free men with the spirit of a slave, and slaves whose spirit is full of freedom. He who is true to his inner self is a free man, while he whose entire life is merely a stage for what is good and beautiful in the eyes of others is a slave. Isaac Cook. Pick a pen or several colored pencils and a blank sheet of paper and draw a scene that you have in mind with your eyes closed. If you open your eyes, you cannot continue to draw. When you feel your drawing is done, open your eyes and see what has appeared on your paper. The image will not be quite the same as what you pictured in your mind, but what you see is what you have created. To view it properly, you must look afresh at what you normally take for granted. Wow, that is such a great idea. I'm going to totally do that. Let me know in the comment section if you're going to do that too. Maybe we'll share pictures in our community section. That would be awesome. Let's see. Roses have thorns. Pain can be an awakening call. I will soothe you and heal you. I will bring you roses. I too have been covered with thorns. Rumi. Picture yourself taking a stroll through a meadow while you are in the arms of your beloved. You are having the time of your life, enjoying the gifts of nature everywhere around you. Suddenly, the sky turns gloomy and strong wind begins to blow. Before you know it, the rain pours down on you. In such a condition, you can become upset that your fun has been ruined, or use your creative power to turn this incident into an exciting and unforgettable event. See beneath the surface, dig deeper and find the ruby. Those who look for seashells will find seashells. Those who open them will find pearls. Al-Ghazali Al-Ghazali, is that how you pronounce that? Let me know in the comment section below, because I want to know how to properly say it. Al-Ghazali. Let me just take a drink of my coffee. My cold coffee. Okay. Picture yourself as two people who are completely different from one another. One is what you see reflected in the mirror, and the other is the one hiding inside your body. Imagine that your skin is transparent and shows some mysterious form inside you. Now begin to hypothetically dig through that image to discover what is hidden inside of it. What you will find is your most authentic self, who is buried under thick and colorful layers that look good to the eyes of others. Oh, someone is done napping. Hi, Phyllis. I don't know if you guys can hear her snoring. She was in my bedroom in the back of the house, but I could hear her snoring. She's awake now. Oh, Phyllis. Shed the shell. Crack the cocoon and fly away. Die to everything of yesterday so that your mind is always fresh, always young, innocent, full of vigor and passion. Krishnamurti, I should know how to pronounce this. Krishnamurti. Let me know how that's pronounced also. Thank you, my friends who know language far better than I. Picture what your life would be like if you were a bird. You would hatch exactly when it was the time and fly with your feathers when your feathers are ready. You would follow a set program the same as other birds. Now compare that with your life as a human who has choices. You can decide not to change your behavior from a child to a grown-up or make changes to your life as it is needed. Let's make changes as they're needed. How's that sound? For me, anyway. I don't know about you. I'm going to make changes as needed. Right? Okay. Where's my sweet doing nothing? Oh, did I not turn that? Oh, here I am. I turned too many pages. So here we go. Shift your perception. Remove the judgment glasses. Without self-knowledge, without understanding the working and functions of his machine, man cannot be free. He cannot govern himself, and he will always remain a slave. Gurdjieff. Here we go. Gurdjieff. Let me know how to pronounce that one. Picture yourself inside the mind of someone who has never allowed love to enter their life. Such a mind is made of two distinct parts, each trying to undo the other. Neither one wants to step out of its reality and journey into the other side to see things from a different perspective. As a result, the person is unable to access their heart to receive spiritual guidance. Thus, they remain in a state of internal conflict. This is the word I was looking for. Beautiful, isn't it? Sweet doing nothing. Time to dance with the flow. Don't seek, don't search, don't ask, don't knock, don't demand. Relax. If you relax, it is there. Oh, if you relax, it comes. If you relax, it is there. If you relax, you start vibrating with it. Osho. Take refuge in a quiet and distraction-free environment. Sit still, close your eyes, and take several deep breaths. Imagine you're a beautiful butterfly fluttering high in the sky. You see the lovely world below just waiting for you to enjoy. You feel totally free and spread your wings in a huge stretch. Your body is calm, your mind is peaceful, and the wind blows away any worries or stress you feel. You can fly around as long as you like, exploring or just floating gently on the wind. Beautiful. There too many pages there. Okay. Tackle adversity head on. A path with no bend is boring. In a day when you don't come across any problems, you can be sure you are traveling in a wrong path. Swami Vivekananda. In a day when you don't come across any problems, you can be sure you are traveling in a wrong path. Here we go. Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda? Is that how it's pronounced? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm looking forward to your guidance, my friends, to help me improve my language. Imagine taking a stroll in nature when you suddenly find that you are surrounded by difficult and impassable obstacles. If your immediate reaction is that the world is out to get you, this feeling will most likely lead you into panic. Your better choice is to deal with the situation as something that would bring about discovery and growth. This is your moment to do something meaningful, to stretch yourself, and even to act out of pressure to make things right. I really dig these cards. They have great, great energy. Time to rekindle. And take the wheel in your hand. Mind is the creator of everything. When you are able to employ your will always for constructive purposes, you become the controller of your destiny. Yogananda. There you go. Yogananda. Yogananda. Picture yourself in an environment where you have to repeat the same mundane activities day after day. As time goes by, a feeling of boredom takes over and makes you lose your excitement for life. To come out of such a mood and feel more esteemed, you need to rekindle yourself. When you do what you do with a positive feeling, you will have a more joyous life and attract friendlier people. Interesting. Oh, I really like this deck. I'm really liking it a lot. What do you think, my friends? Okay, transcend your ego. Lift the veil from the real you. The ultimate aim of the ego is not to see something, but to be something. Iqbal? Is that how you pronounce that? Let me know in the comment section below, please. Take a day off to look deeper into everything around you. Ponder what it is that continually renews the fullness of life. Pay closer attention to the hidden messages that are encoded in everything. Notice how some things radiate the glory of divine expression more than others, like trees and flowers that have joyfully surrendered to the energy of flow. Those who block the flow because of their ego cannot experience love and joy in their hearts. That is true. Okay. And I think this is our last card. It is. It's so pretty. I want to make a dot mandala like that. That's going to be some inspiration for me. Turn frustration into success. Heroes are conquerors of pain. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls. The most massive characters are seared with scars. Khalil Gibran. Is that pronounced Khalil Gibran? Or is it Gibran? Let me know in the comment section below. That is a nice quote. Everyone knows that pearls come from oysters. This unique gem is the result of the oyster's frustration. When a parasite slips into an oyster's shell, it suffers because it has no way to get rid of it. Out of frustration, it encases the intruder in a thick, smooth coating that hardens layer after layer until it becomes a shiny gemstone of beauty. The oyster is forced to protect itself from suffering, and a precious pearl comes to be. So stinking gorgeous. So as the last card, I'm going to read the reflection on this card. Expected matters may have caused your reality to fall short of your dreams. Your vision of what you want is clear, but life does not look the way you want it to. The cause of your frustration is a sign or reminder that reveals what has to come. This happens because you are longing for the result without the frustration of not being where you want to be. You would lack the momentum to try harder. Past failures and frustrations have set the foundation for a change in your approach that will lead to success. The Oracle wants you to recognize your frustration as a temporary blip or interruption, but no, it is not a fixed response that blocks your progress. Trust your process the same way the oyster accepts its natural limits and draws on its inner resources to create something exceptional. To fulfill your dream, use new ideas and acquire additional skills. Do not give up just because you are frustrated. Have faith in yourself and know that you will find peace of mind when it is the right time. Mantra: I let go of what frustrates me and make changes and adjustments that align me with my inner spiritual growth. There are kids running outside. And this is Rassouli, about Rassouli. Also available. This is created by Blue Angel. This is authentic deck. Llewellyn is an authorized publisher and reseller. They even have an option for businesses to get into business relationships with them and partner with them. And as you know, my business is DragonCraft LLC. So after I move across the country again, I'm probably going to end up with a partnership so that I can sell quality, authentic tarot and oracle decks and partner with Llewellyn. But I'll do that on my website, DragonCraftLLC.com. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, let me know what you think of this deck. I was so excited because there's always, you can always find oracles that are like Celtic oracles or Aboriginal or whatever. But even Asian, as far as, you know, Far East is concerned, but us Easterners, you know, that are in that whole Arabic, Indian area there in between Egypt and Thailand, that whole area in the Middle East is just, I think it's really underrepresented. So I think that this is, it's a really nice collection, and I think it's quite beautiful, and I'm really going to enjoy bonding with this deck. I hope that this sings to you too, and if it does, I have a link in the description box below that will take you directly to where I purchased this, so you'll know you'll get an authentic deck. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic day, and if there are any decks that you would like for me to review, make sure to put it in the comment section below. Other than that, I will see you on the next video.